Welcome back to Dinar Shift. Take a moment, clear your mind, and focus, because the news we are about to share constitutes one of the most significant alerts you will encounter this year. For anyone currently holding the Iraqi Dinar, this is an update that could mark the culmination of a long journey, demanding your attention until the very end. The gravity of the situation stems from a definitive statement recently issued by the Central Bank of Iraq, CBI, a pronouncement that has unleashed palpable excitement across the global financial landscape. This is not a drill. The financial world is reacting to what has been said. For the first time in many years, the Central Bank of Iraq has reportedly broken from its traditional reserve and delivered a declaration of stunning directness. The message is clear: they are ready for the revaluation. This pivotal communication transcends the realm of speculation, idle rumors, or rehashed old headlines. It stands as a powerful, official affirmation that the comprehensive currency reform process, which has been years in the making, is now fully prepared to advance into its ultimate, final phase. Today, we will meticulously dissect the full implications of this historic statement, what exactly was communicated, why its significance cannot be overstated, how the timing perfectly converges with recent major financial developments, and, most importantly, the necessary steps Dinar holders must take to prepare. This event warrants a true emergency level of focus. Maintaining your vigilance is crucial, as the moment the official rate is activated, the speed and accuracy of your response will be everything. Just hours ago, during a major financial summit held in Baghdad, a high-ranking official representing the Central Bank of Iraq made remarks that are reverberating throughout the entire international investment world. Speaking directly to a room full of attendees, the official stated unequivocally that the central bank had completed every single preparatory action for its currency reform and was now to the next stage of implementation. When pressed to provide clarification on the exact meaning of this next stage, official explicitly mentioned that included adjusting the value of the country's currency to align with the country's demonstrated economic stability and establish international financial norms. While this language may sound like abstract bureaucratic terminology to the casual observer, for financial experts and the Dinar community, it is a statement of unmistakable clarity, signaling that the revaluation is indeed at the doorstep. It must be stressed that these were not casual, off-the-record comments, nor were they leaks or speculative hearsay. This authoritative declaration reportedly originated directly from the CBI's official communication channels, affirming that the institution is fully prepared, on an operational level, to implement the currency revaluation. For any individual who has patiently followed the narrative of the Iraqi dinar for months or years, this is arguably the clearest and most forceful confirmation of readiness ever presented. The immense excitement and immediate, widespread discussion were sparked by the CBI's use of those precise words. We are ready for the revaluation. This explicit readiness aligns perfectly with the extensive, methodical preparations Iraq has been undertaking over the past half-decade. The nation has systematically met critical benchmarks deemed necessary for a secure and successful revaluation process. These critical milestones include the full implementation of the 2025 national budget, which is said to already incorporate the financial mechanics required for a new exchange rate. Furthermore, Iraq has worked tirelessly to bring its domestic banking system into full compliance with stringent international standards and is nearing the full activation of the long-awaited hydrocarbon law, which is intended to ensure oil revenues are distributed more transparently and directly to the populace. The groundwork extends far beyond mere legislation. Iraq has heavily invested in modernizing its entire banking infrastructure, upgrading all digital banking networks to connect seamlessly with global systems like those provided by WFT. Most crucially, the country has significantly bolstered its foreign currency reserves, which are now reported to total over $120 billion. These accumulated steps have always been preconditions for a currency revaluation, and the CBI's recent announcement confirms the successful completion of this massive undertaking. This moment is considered truly historic, not only because of the technical and structural readiness, but specifically because the Central Bank of Iraq has chosen this moment to speak out openly and in plain language to declare their status. For a community that has waited for years for this explicit confirmation, its arrival marks a monumental turning point in the Dinar story, shifting the focus definitively from preparation to implementation. Technical preparations on the ground have been equally significant. Over the past week, insiders within local banks in key cities, such as Baghdad and Basra, have reportedly indicated receiving specific, internal instructions from the CBI to prepare for a new exchange rate structure. Some bank branches were directed to perform essential updates to their internal systems over the weekend, a time chosen to minimize disruption, while others were instructed to run tests on international transfer codes to ensure perfect operational integration once the revaluation is enacted. Even the electronic payment systems across Iraq have experienced brief, temporary downtime in recent days, a technical phenomenon often associated with the critical financial synchronization required just before a major rate change. These isolated incidents are not random maintenance schedules. They serve as a clear, internal sign that Iraq is meticulously aligning all of its financial systems ahead of the official rate adjustment. For those closely attuned to technical banking updates or internal bank communications, this widespread activity confirms that the CBI's statement is not merely aspirational talk, but is reflective of genuine, tangible operational readiness across the entire financial sector. This careful and meticulous coordination is designed to ensure that the moment the revaluation occurs, all banks, digital systems, and payment networks can smoothly and immediately adopt the new rate without technical failure. The message is simple: when the official rate goes live, the process will be fast, efficient, and global. The timing of this announcement is also critical in understanding its significance. Iraq recently concluded a series of high-level meetings with major international financial bodies, including the International Monetary Fund (IMF), the World Bank, and the Bank for International Settlements. The primary objective of these consultations was to finalize the integration steps for Iraq's monetary and banking policies into the global system. According to financial observers, Iraq received a crucial green light to move forward, predicated on the country maintaining stability in its exchange operations. The timing of the CBI's powerful statement appears to be directly linked to the conclusions of these meetings, serving as a public signal that Iraq is now fully compliant and aligned with all international expectations and prerequisites. Financial analysts are of the opinion that this is a highly coordinated and deliberate strategic move, rather than a spontaneous local announcement. It reflects a national desire to publicly reassure both its citizens and its global partners that every necessary step for a stable currency reform has been successfully completed. The CBI is essentially stating, we have done everything required, we are compliant with global standards, and we are ready. This official declaration carries immense weight because it confirms readiness at the very highest level of Iraq's financial governance, backed by the implicit approval of the international financial community. Market activity, though subtle, is already beginning to show signs of heightened anticipation. Immediately following this update, global chatter on trading platforms focused on the dinar saw a noticeable increase. While the official foreign exchange forex rate has not been publicly changed yet, there have been reports of unusual activity in certain minor trading feeds. The Iraqi Dinar has been allegedly listed under a restricted observation mode in various systems, a status often seen just prior to a major currency adjustment. This market behavior is comparable to how new stocks are internally positioned on trading platforms just before an initial public offering (IPO) is officially launched. Traders and financial institutions worldwide are maintaining a close watch, acutely aware that a strengthened dinar will have significant implications for Iraq's vast trade agreements, especially those concerning the oil sector. A revaluation would inherently increase the buying power derived from Iraq's exports, directly affecting trade contracts, the prices of imports, and regional trade balances. The global financial community is, therefore, actively preparing for the potential ripple effects of this revaluation, which are expected to extend far beyond the immediate borders of Iraq. Additional signals of the impending revaluation have also been noted within international banking systems. Multiple sources in both US and European banks have reportedly indicated internal updates to their currency databases, specifically preparing them for the Iraqi Dinar and, in some cases, the Vietnamese dong. These preparatory actions include the loading of new currency codes and internal system adjustments, which are not yet publicly visible. These steps constitute standard operating procedure for any bank preparing to implement new currency rates and typically involve extensive internal testing to prevent errors upon activation. The combined evidence of the CBI's public declaration and these parallel banking preparations suggests a high probability that the revaluation is now imminent. For any dinar holder, these subtle technical signs are vital to monitor because they serve as direct proof that the immense international banking network is fully prepared to process the new rates the moment the official declaration is made. This global coordination ensures that the currency transition will occur smoothly across all borders and markets, validating the overall integrity of the process. It is crucial to understand that the CBI is not enacting a random or sudden rate change. The revaluation process has been executed through a structured, multi-phase plan designed to secure the financial system and ensure broad global acceptance. Phase 1 focused on stabilization, which included inflation control, reserve security, and anti-corruption measures within local banks. Phase 2, which the CBI has now declared essentially complete, involved the implementation and modernization of the banking infrastructure, digital system upgrades, and final technical preparations for the currency reform. Phase 3, the public revaluation, is the stage we are now entering. The "We are ready" statement indicates that Phase 2 has been successfully concluded. This structured, deliberate approach minimizes financial risk and ensures that the currency adjustment will be internationally recognized and integrated efficiently into the global economy. Dinar holders should recognize that these phases are part of a meticulously monitored plan, which increases confidence that when the revaluation occurs, it will be credible, secure, and fully supported by all necessary financial institutions. The profound role of the International Monetary Fund, IMF, in this long process cannot be overstated. The IMF has actively guided Iraq's financial strategy for years, requiring the country to meet several non-negotiable standards, establishing a fully funded reserve base, ensuring complete transparency in its national budget, and meeting global anti-money laundering standards. All these requirements have reportedly been satisfied. In its most recent review, the IMF affirmed that Iraq is in a strong position to transition toward an exchange rate that is genuinely market-aligned. This translates simply to the IMF essentially confirming Iraq is ready for a formal rate adjustment. By echoing the IMF's assessment, the CBI's announcement gains enhanced credibility, validating that the revaluation is being executed within the necessary international frameworks. So, what does this accumulation of evidence mean for the dinar holder? It means simply that the stage is officially and definitively set for the revaluation. The central bank is no longer speaking in vague or abstract terms. They are clearly signaling that operational readiness is here and that implementation could occur very soon. For those who have demonstrated patience, conducted their research, and held their dinar through periods of prolonged delay, the long-anticipated moment may finally be arriving. However, the final stage demands that dinar holders remain calm and avoid any impulsive actions. The new rate will be introduced through official banking channels and will become available to everyone simultaneously. Any attempt to gain early access through unverified or unofficial methods could introduce severe complications and risk. Preparing proactively, knowing which local banks handle foreign currency exchanges, and having all necessary documentation ready will be the key to acting promptly and confidently once the rate is live. Beyond the official CBI announcements, there are several key indicators that holders should watch in the coming days. Any immediate, major update to the CBI's official website could indicate the imminent publication of the public rate. Secondly, a sudden surge in forex trading activity often precedes a rate change, as systems are synchronized and internally tested. Thirdly, maintenance notices or system downtime at local banks related specifically to foreign exchange systems often serves as a clear precursor to activation. Fourthly, any public statements from high government officials regarding economic strength or currency reform can confirm the imminence of the revaluation. Finally, any leaks or preliminary rate postings on internal, non-public systems can signal that activation is mere days away. It is also crucial to pay attention to the ongoing local banking activity. Banks in Baghdad, Basra, and other major cities have been engaged in quiet, extensive preparation. Staff are being instructed to update software, run internal tests, and ensure that all international transfer codes are fully functional. These measures are vital to guarantee that when the new rate goes live, there will be no technical glitches preventing individuals from seamlessly exchanging or transferring their funds. Even brief system downtime or temporary maintenance notices at local bank branches can be a critical signal, offering holders an internal glimpse into the timeline. Understanding the depth of the preparation steps banks are taking helps alleviate confusion and ensures that all Dinar holders are ready when the rate is activated. These updates are happening right now, behind the public eye, perfectly aligned with the CBI's declaration of readiness. Global financial markets are reacting to this development in a subdued but significant way. International banking institutions have already begun internal simulations to handle the upcoming currency change, including testing cross-border payment systems and updating their complex forex databases to ensure compliance. Analysts in the trading world are noting unusual positioning in certain minor forex feeds, suggesting that institutions are actively preparing for the transition. Even minor fluctuations in oil contract valuations are being monitored, as a stronger Iraqi dinar will enhance the purchasing power of Iraq's oil exports, which could impact major trade agreements across the Middle East. These early movements indicate that the international financial community is treating the CBI's "We are ready" statement with extreme seriousness, confirming that preparation is now happening on a global scale. For the Dinar holder community, understanding the timeline is critical. While the official date for the rate release remains confidential, the combined weight of the CBI's statement, the internal banking updates, and the international system preparation strongly indicates that activation could happen very soon. Therefore, being ready involves more than simply holding your dinar. It means having your identification and documentation prepared, knowing precisely where and how to execute exchanges, and being fully familiar with official banking channels. Rumors or unofficial offers must be treated as extremely risky, as the official rate will only be available through approved financial institutions. Dinar holders should focus only on verified information and avoid making impulsive decisions based on social media or unverified speculation. Preparing now ensures that once the official rate is published, you can act quickly, confidently, and safely. Preparation is the absolute key to fully benefiting from this event when it occurs. Finally, it is essential to recognize the broader economic context. Iraq has dedicated years to stabilizing its economy, improving transparency, and dramatically strengthening its foreign reserves to support this currency reform. The CBI's official statement signifies that these foundational reforms are complete, setting the stage not just for a higher dinar rate, but for long-term financial stability for the country. The implications are far-reaching. Banks, global trading platforms, and foreign investors are watching closely, fully aware that a revalued dinar will reshape trade agreements and investment strategies across multiple regions. For holders, this means the potential impact extends far beyond the individual investment, influencing broader global economic trends. The time to prepare mentally and logistically is now, while all systems are being synchronized before the rate is made public. Once the CBI activates the new rate, official banks will update their systems to reflect the adjusted value. This is expected to take a matter of hours to synchronize across both domestic and international financial networks. Exchange centers, banks, and online platforms will then commence processing transactions based on the new value. Holders must be prepared to act within these initial hours to ensure seamless conversion, as demand is likely to surge immediately following the public activation. Understanding this crucial sequence of events helps holders remain calm, prepared, and confident, rather than becoming overwhelmed by the sudden changes that will follow the official rate announcement. Communication will also be a key factor. The CBI, local banks, and government financial agencies are expected to release multiple statements to guide the public through the transition, so staying connected to official, verified channels is paramount. Preparation also involves managing expectations. While the CBI has confirmed readiness, the actual final public rate could be adjusted based on real-time factors like market conditions, government approvals, and international coordination. However, the key takeaway is that the stage is set, systems are ready, and the international financial community is aligned. This is not a time for panic, but a moment for measured preparation and readiness to act only on verified guidance. The most critical advice remains stay calm, stay informed, and be ready. Have your documentation prepared, know which banks handle foreign currency exchanges, and avoid any risky schemes. The CBI has stated, "We are ready," which means the stage is set, systems are synchronized, and global partners are aligned. This is the moment many have waited for, and being prepared ensures you can act confidently and safely. The Central Bank of Iraq has officially declared readiness, marking the final stage before the long-awaited revaluation. This is the most direct confirmation to date. Your preparation, awareness, and vigilance now will determine your ability to respond effectively. Stay alert, stay calm, and stay informed. The countdown is truly on.